Please note that the following story contains some very disturbing details. The Khayelitsha Family Violence, Child Protection and Sexual Offences Unit is probing the circumstances surrounding two isolated incidents in Lwandle, where minors, one aged 1 year 6 months and another aged 12 years, became victims of alleged rape. Two men have been charged and made their first court appearance today. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana spoke to the mother of the victims, and she joins us now in terms of what she heard from the mother, Athi. This as we get some very disturbing details from the police in terms of crime statistics and the violation of women and children in the country.
Yes, Dudu. Well, of course, now we are hearing of stories that speak to the numbers that have been released by the South African police, and these are now the people and the faces behind the numbers. I was able to speak to the mothers of both the victims. So in this particular case, or in this particular story, Dudu, we have two separate incidents of alleged rape that took place in the area of Lwandle, where we are. So in the one incident, a 1 year 6 month old baby was allegedly raped repeatedly by her father, who heads up a church here in Lwandle. We also went to the church and just went around some of the homes around the church to ask about that particular church and the pastor, who happens to be the father of the child who has been charged for allegedly raping the 1 year 6 month old baby. Now, just speaking to the mother, she had quite a task upon her of trying to find out how she would be able to deal with this particular issue, because she had noticed something was wrong with the baby whenever she would change her diaper. But by not going into the graphic details, I can tell you that what she found obviously led her to go to the clinic and subsequently ended up at the South African police, who then referred her to a doctor who was able to then examine the baby and subsequently found that the baby had been allegedly raped repeatedly. And so the father of the child, who's a pastor, was then arrested sometime last week and appeared today here at the Strand Magistrates Court on a charge of rape. And then on the second incident, Dudu, we know that the 12-year-old spoke to her mother and told her of what happened. But it was quite difficult for the 12-year-old to actually be open to tell the mother of what had transpired. The mother had to take her away from, the community, take her into the household and start questioning her. Eventually, they ended up at a clinic where she actually then admitted to having been sexually assaulted by a man who apparently in that area cuts people's hair and is known to be someone who's a trader in that particular community. She was able to identify the man. The man then got arrested, and he also made his first appearance here at the Strand Magistrates Court for allegedly raping the 12-year-old. So these cases have both been postponed. We understand that the second man who's charged for raping the 12-year-old is a foreign national who abandoned bail. And then in the first case involving the 1 year 6 month old baby, we are told that the bail proceedings will continue until next week. And we know that the community was out here today. We spoke to them and they were already expressing their dissatisfaction and just their grief around this particular case, saying that they don't want both men to be delivered or handed a bail at this stage.
Athi Mtongana, thank you.